There was one question from before that we should cover off, and then we'll start taking questions from everyone else as well. So definitely start popping them in chat. I know TSG already asked for them. There was one from before. Fuel and making money straight after the land sale comes out. Now, I know the answer for this, but I'm going to ask you anyways, Kyle. How does it work? Will it be reset or whatever? Or when can you start earning and stuff like that?
Yeah, obviously. So they're going to have like the beta, so you'll be able to play around, like the beta testers will be able to play around with that. They'll give you a little bit of that in-game money or fuel, and you'll just be able to experiment with that. Then the clock will reset and start, and that's when the main game launch will be. And then that's when it really gets started. So that's kind of how it will roll out. And I know like Kieran will probably have way better like timelines in the not so distant future and what that looks like. And he's way better at explaining that side of it than me. But yeah, that's essentially what it looks like though. Yeah.
Yeah. It will all reset as soon as the main game launches, because that's actually how you earn. The people playing the main game give you money essentially.
Yeah.
Any other questions, TSG? That we can see?
There's one that we just got from Octane. What are the chances of price land increases if the market continues to trend downwards? That's based on demand. Honestly, it's based on demand. If the game comes out and the game is successful, even if the market, I think this is Illuvium in general, if the market is still trending downwards, but we have a game out, it's functioning, everyone's enjoying themselves, Illuvium could be the exception to the downward trend.
Mm-hmm.
If there's an influx of revenue coming in, the demand for land going up. So it's not something to say like, oh, it's going to happen. There's a lot of things that need to play out in the right way, but it's definitely a possibility. And I think it's a strong possibility if those things are hit. But again, that is pure speculation right now. It's just our opinions.
Yeah, it's hard to say, Octane. It's one of those things, right? We've never really seen any crypto, not even Ethereum, break away from Bitcoin. They haven't yet.
Yeah.
Okay. But Illuvium just has so much utility. I mean, GameFi hasn't really been around for very long, and we haven't seen Illuvium, how it will play out with its tokenomic structure and everything yet. But I don't know. It's got so much utility. It might finally have a reason to do something different. I mean, even Ethereum, I think this last crash, it was the first time Ethereum didn't drop as much as Bitcoin. It's usually scaled out, right? So Ethereum usually drops more and Bitcoin drops less, right? But that didn't happen because Ethereum has a lot of utility in the space, and Illuvium obviously won't have that much utility, not when it starts. But it's one of those things where if it has enough utility and people are interested in it, I mean, I know there are many stakers, including myself, that are never going to sell their tokens. You never know.
Yeah, and it looks like I misunderstood the question. It was more the starting prices, are they going to increase or not? Kieran said that there's no real they're planning to go ahead with it. And again, they have the IIP that they're working on for the emergency change if needed. So for now, I think it's going to stay the same. And if it really, really feels like it needs to be changed, it will. But for the time being, it looks like it's going ahead the way it's planned.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's hard because you're thinking in USD, right? The starting prices have technically come down a lot, but so is everyone's Ethereum and SILV, which is what it's paid with. All of that's come down as well. So really, anyone that wasn't watching land and is coming in now is actually the one with the advantage, which is a bit weird to think about and not so fun, but it is what it is. I don't know.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And that's something I have put in kind of into my variable sheet, if you will, like when it comes to the sale date and when it's live, is that's a really great point that not a lot of people probably realized, and to definitely point out, because you'll have new people literally learning about land through these videos, like what we're doing now, and the other future videos like that are going to come out within the next few weeks. And the like 2 Ethereum or 3 Ethereum now may not be like that expensive as it was before, like in the bull market. So in terms of that, that's like a win for them. Maybe not a win for, like you said, the people like here, unless you did your moves, unless you rotated out back to like USDT and then you rotated it back out into, whatever. So, but most people probably didn't do that, but yeah.
Yeah.
It's certainly a unique situation we're in.
Yeah.
Any more questions we've got at the moment?
When ETH2, but
I like the one from Herb. I like the one from Herb. Invest Answers. I've never seen that channel, by the way, as a heads up. Invest Answers always talks trash about ILV because of inflation.
You need
how to answer
right there.
how to answer that general concern. All right, that's a fun one. Do you guys want to take on that one first?
So what is he like fudding about specifically? Do we know?
Inflation. That's all I've got from the question.
Well, inflation, you have to print more of something for it to inflate. There has to be, you with ILV, there's a finite supply, and it's, that I don't see the inflation tokenomics side of it.
And it's getting banned with SILV. So in fact, it's deflationary. So yeah, I don't see the.
So how I would visualize, visualize this question is in two other ways. Firstly, the token unlocks. That's kind of a sense of inflation since your diluted market cap is obviously very large compared to what people might think it should be. But the other side is actually illuvial inflation. Illuvial inflation is the only inflation Illuvium has. Do you guys want to talk about that?
Well, that's a bonding curve as well. So that's it's like, is it though?
We're all like, is it? Yeah, are you sure?
Yeah. Well, there are more alluvial minted, and eventually you can't actually hit a point where they'll just stop being minted until Kieran shuts off the tap, right? I think where that shut off point is going to dictate a lot of this information.
That's like, so that's, I could see maybe the token unlock side of it, but not the alluvial side. Alluvial, there's the bonding curve, you fuse them together, they get burnt. So it's like, no, not really, man. Like, I don't see that. But like on the token unlock for sure, because I've seen projects all the time, tokens unlock, price gets affected, or whether that's good or bad, whatever. So I do see that as like a short term, like inflation, if you will. But like, I think they've done a great job, the DAO and the governance, like of making, that more smooth process over the long term. So yeah, it depends whether you're a short term, like day trader, swing trader. Sure, that might be something, to be concerned with, or if you're super interested in like speculating in price, that could be something for you as well to look into. If you're like, maybe you think that the price might be lower at that point, then maybe you could speculate on that. Like, but I'm not here to draw speculation and what could be.
Yeah.
But long term, as TSG said, like the token is deflationary. So,
and alluvials are deflationary. Like you said, you've got the fusing mechanic, and also with skins, because to actually mint the skin, you need to burn the alluvial, which is linked to that. So again, there's two deflationary systems there.
Clearly hasn't seen Scoriox's spreadsheets about the millions of gamers that are coming and are going to burn up the supply and yeah.
Spreadsheets.
Yeah. And I think I will leave this with the last question, and I think because we're already run like well over. Unless you guys want to keep going, both is fine. But
I have a lot to do.
yeah. But last question: what are our thoughts on IMX, and do we think land will be moved completely to IMX later? Second part of the question: yes. As far as we know right now, land will be moved completely to IMX at some point. That's that answer done.
Already is.
Yeah, it already is. Yeah.
Oh, you mean so? The sale itself will be on IMX, but it will will be on Ethereum.
Yeah,
it will be minted straight onto IMX. The land is on IMX regardless. But the actual land sale in the future, they'll be on IMX next.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. In the future, the land sale and the mint will both be on IMX. And so that the second half of the question is done. What are your views on IMX? I've actually started investing in IMX. This is a diversification play.
I'm bullish on IMX. I mean, I've covered it a lot in my videos in the past, and so they are also like, it's like a governance token that is also like has RevDiz built in as well. So each transaction, the quote unquote IMX is somewhat like a DAO as well, and you get like what's that?
Sorry, I've been missing out on IMX apparently.
Oh
But
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think the staking live for IMX yet. I don't think so, right?
It's not live yet.
It's not live,
Oh,
but they
sweet.
do have it
Okay.
planned.
Cool.
Yeah, so you can still get in, and prices are cheap. I got
I
it
mean,
at like
it's cheap.
$1.50, so it's
Yeah,
cheap now.
it's cheap now. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Sweet. Okay, I'll get onto that.
But yeah,
it's
I
a good
mean,
diversification play.
there's a lot of GameStop's coming to it. Illuvium's going to be on it. Vivi's probably going to be on the order books like here in the next like month, hopefully. Fingers crossed. I mean, Robbie kind of leaked a little bit on like 3 major projects that are going to be added to their main order book, which is huge in terms of people that hold IMX, especially when the staking feature is live.
Yeah,
So
and even
that's
like
gonna be
Gary V's done a couple of things on IMX as well. So like the way I look at it, like you say, like what Guild of Guardians, Illuvium, Gary V, VV, GameStop, a lot of these things are moving to IMX.
Tom Bilyeu,
Yeah, Tom Bilyeu, yeah, exactly. So it seems like it's a good place to be.
TikTok,
and and the fact that it's on, it's Australian as well. Got to support.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, got to support.
Scoriox, you need to hit up Robbie and say hi or something.
I
Lucky,
definitely
man.
I think
That would be cool if we got him on an Augment. That would be sick if we could get him on an Augment. That would be wild.
I'll have a chat with him.
Yeah.
I think my only concern with IMX is every single layer 2 we've looked at so far has fallen apart under scale. every single layer 2 and sidechain and stuff has crumbled under scale. Matic was, I think, one of the first ones to do it. Tron, no one uses anymore. Solana, it's not a layer 2, but it's had a lot of outages lately and had a lot of problems and things like that. When they start to scale, they fall apart. We haven't had any proof that IMX can scale yet, and as it gets more and more projects onto it, it just kind of bugs me. They've got so many projects coming onto it. If it was just Illuvium, I'd be super hype. But I don't like the idea of Illuvium's like messaging them like, can you check this audit? Can you get this audit through? Can you get this audit? And there's like 500 projects and one IMX platform. So I know that they're building systems that help with that sort of stuff, and I'm waiting for them to scale up in the future. But I think it's going to take a couple of years before they become that thing that they need to be. And that's really only my concern. You know what I mean? It's hard for me to explain, but I just think it's one of those things that needs to take a while to build up. Like, I think about it kind of like not a central bank, but a central bank is similar in a sense that you have a handful of major central banks, and they do the business dealings for thousands of businesses in any city or state or whatever, right? They're the central entity that controls all this. If the bank goes down, everything goes down. Very, very simple in that way. And I think IMX is building itself as that structure, but no one's proven that they can be that structure yet. And I want to see what happens.
We're about to find out.
Yeah, that's the thing that is up in the air. That's the speculation there. Can they do it or not? Yeah.
Yeah, I think they will. I think they've hit some hiccups already, and I think they're going to be able to scale. I feel pretty confident. I've seen projects being in the space for so long take years and years to do something, whereas IMX has done it relatively very quickly. And then as well, like Vivi before, like they reminted their NFTs on IMX, and they had like 5 million of them. And they just minted those, and it went pretty seamless. You were able to look at a Mutascan and kind of see that all those NFTs were being minted. So it's like there. So I think in terms of scaling, I'm more interested to see, like you said, Scoriox is like the massive adoption of NFTs, because I think Immutable X could have that potential just with the backing of like Gary V and like Tom Bilyeu and like all these like actual influencers, TikTok, and that. So I think they have the brand exposure like side pretty like. I think La Liga actually as well. So I'm keen or interested in what the massive adoption side looks like. You know, crypto space. I think they'll scale fine inside of crypto, but I'm more interested to see like if games go mainstream, how will they handle that? Like all these games going, you know, being on Immutable X, like all the games on GameStop and all the future games. So that's what I'm interested in.